Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 17 April 2025. It's Thursday night at 9. That means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. Before we get into this mega sale, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I will post them on the screen for you in just a moment, and I will print them in the description underneath this video so you can peruse them at your leisure. Also, in the description, above the terms of the sale, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first one is entitled A Primer for Buyers. That one is really for you if you're new to this weekly sales event, and it's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So please watch it if you're new. It'll make your purchase experience go much more smoothly. The second link pertains to you if you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your personal collection. It's called FAQs for Consignors, and it explains how this madness all works from the consignors' perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. Also in the description at the very bottom, below all the boilerplate stuff, you're going to see the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps down the left side, pricing down the right. In the pricing column, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the sale video. And then the price on the right is the price as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. And on the topic of sharpening of sale knives, there will be spots this week for 4 knives to be sharpened next day. So the first 4 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight will ship tomorrow, Friday the 18th, with all of the as shown inventory. If you miss the first 4, not to worry, your knife's going to ship in about 3 to 4 weeks sharpened. If you see the word sold, all caps, exclamation point, in lieu of pricing for a given item, that means it has been bought and paid for by its new owner. So there's no need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it regarding any item marked sold. That's it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you now, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First, we got some leftovers to get through from last week. The first one is from Zero Tolerance Knives. They're built like a tank, in case you didn't know. This is a ZT0450 in all titanium. Great little pocket knife. I think one of the best 1 or 2 Sinkovich designs ZT has ever done. We have a titanium frame lock, ball bearing flipper. Lock face is steel inserted. Stonewashed titanium handle. Nice little pop of red in the standoffs. Pocket clip is longish, and it is ambidextrous tip up. And that long clip, I think, kind of protects the lock bar from deathlock, because as you're gripping it to open it, your fingers are generally going to rest on the clip, which is resting on the frame, so you're not adding lock bar tension. So as long as you keep your fingers on that clip, opens like a rocket. I think if you press on the lock bar, it won't, and it won't. Cool. Blade is CPM S35VN. Blade length 3 1/4. Handle 4 3/16. It appears to be unsharpened, except by the factory, of course. No edge damage. There is your lock engagement. Lock is rock solid. Blade is free and perfectly centered. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. This knife has crept up in price. If you're looking at new ones, they'll run you $232 at your favorite web knife store. We ran this one last week at $145, didn't sell, dropped it to $130 for the weekend. It's still here. We're getting down to half price almost this week. $120 shipped is your price. $145 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge, and next day sharpening is available. That's the ZT0450 Di. Next up, here's a leftover from last week that I thought would get more love, and it deserves to. It's from SOG. Model number is ST-01. It is the SOGTAC side folding automatic. Pretty standard side folding auto knife setup on this one. Looks like we've got a little blem on the frame maybe. Hard anodized black aluminum handle. There is a gun sight with a little glow in the dark in the background, kind of like a sandwich dial of a watch kind of thing. We do have a safety. Got a deep carry tip up pocket clip that goes both ways. Button lock auto. Got to take the lock off, the safety off. And there we go. Sweet. Sort of straight spine affair, hollow ground satin finish, nice swedge, great run of jimping. Lock up, a little bit of vertical play. Nothing to worry about. Great action. Beautiful centering. We'll call it near mint in box. This model is out of stock, maybe discontinued, I don't know. Web, that is the web retail price, and those are all gone. We ran this one last week at $90, didn't sell, dropped it to $80 for the weekend. This week, somebody gets a pretty well-made automatic knife from SOG, $70, shipped priority mail, $95 with my edge, and next day sharpening is available. That's the SOGTAC automatic. Next, we have a watch left over from last week. It ships in this expanded styrofoam sleeve around this Pelican style box. It is a Luminox. It's got all the goodies, right? Instructions, international warranty card that's never been filled out. Whoops. Get in there, baby. And a hang tag. The reference number is the XS.3508.gold. It is one of the Navy SEAL line from Luminox. It comes with the Carbonox case, milled case back, some kind of high-tech, greeny-friendly rubber strap. The markers and the hands are gilt, and the crown as well. The bezel is a 60-click unidirectional. The bezel action's not stellar, but it's a Luminox. There are, let's see, 12, 15, 16 tritium tubes. One for each hour, one for each hand, and one at the pip on the bezel. Dimensions 45 diameter, 52 lug to lug, 15 thick. And I forgot to write down the lug width, but I think it's 22. Of course, the low light visibility is handled by the tritium tubes, and we have a date at 3. Condition is near mint to like new inbox with papers. This model sells at an online web retail of between $235 and $261. We offered ours last week at $180. It didn't sell. We dropped it to $160 for the weekend. It's still here. This week, $150 takes this one home. That is the XS3508 Gold Navy SEAL watch from Luminox. Next up, another one I'm kind of shocked to still see here. I bet you there's somebody camping out on this one, waiting for this week's price. It is the Lynn C. Thompson autographed cold steel Spartan, and I think I forgot to show this last week. The box is signed by Lynn. Here is the Spartan. The closed or handle length 6 full inches. If you can't find a grip that works for you on this knife, there is something wrong with your hand. The blade, fully serrated, with Lynn C. Thompson's autograph emblazoned on the show side. There's the back side. Blade Steel's S35VN. It is handled in OD Green G10 3D machined and blasted finish. It opens via a thumb plate which doubles as a wave type device. The triad lock locks up beautifully. The blade is nice and free. and very well centered. Condition on this one is like new in the box. Currently available for a web retail price between $255 and $265 depending on where you see one. We offered this last week for $185. It didn't sell. Dropped it to $160 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's go $145 this week. No need to sharpen that beautiful serrated edge. That's the Cold Steel Spartan Lynn C. Thompson Signature model. Next up, more cold steel left over from last week. This is the Counterpoint XL in fully serrated form. A long, awesome, folding fighting knife. In beautifully, beautifully stippled Griv-X. That would be Cold Steel's name for a Grivery-like polymer. Okay, the stippling, and I've said this before, this will take the skin off your fingers rubbing it across. There are many gun manufacturers who could benefit from this material. Okay, it's got a triad lock. It runs on phosphor bronze washers with little paper-thin Teflon ones like most cold steel triad locks. Blade steel is AUS 10A. That swedged spear point fully serrated blade is 5 9/16 inches in length. The handle is 7 1/8. Rock solid lockup. Nice free blade. Perfectly centered. The tip kind of throws off your eye because it's got a chisel ground edge. Right? I think you can flick it. Let's see. You bet you can. By the way, the clip, ambidextrous tip up, one clip. So, I believe these are in stock new for $100. We ran this one last week at $75, got no takers, dropped it to $65 for the weekend. Your price this week, guys, this is a whole lot of knife for $55 shipped and no need to sharpen. That's your price. The Cold Steel Counterpoint XL Serrated. Next up, more leftover cold steel. This one is a Tiger Claw. Folding ringtail karambit. And this is the plain edge version. Be specific in your I'll take it because we have a plain edge and a serrated edge coming up next. So here you go. It is a triad lock knife. The blade in S35 VN, 3 7/16 inches in length. Got fingerprints all over it. Doggone it. The handle is 6 1/4 because it needs to be. Now you get that ringtail, right? So you can come like that. You can come like that. Could you use it for a carpet knife? I suppose you could. Let's see, lockup's rock solid, blade is decently free, centering is beautiful, it's really hard to see the tip. Condition is near mint to like new in box. This knife currently available new from your favorite knife purveyor online for $130. We ran this one last week at $95, got no takers, dropped it to $80 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's try $70 this week. That is shipped, priority mail, all in. If you want my edge on it, add $30. So $100 sharpened on the Tiger Claw plain edge from Cold Steel. Next up, it is another Cold Steel Tiger Claw, and the picture on the box is correct. This has the full serrated edge. So same dimensions as the last knife shown, right? Triad lock mechanism, black G10 scales, ambidextrous tip-up clip. Backspacer also doubles as the ringtail. It is in hard anodized aluminum, I believe. Opens with a thumb plate that can also be used as a wave. Got an S35 VN blade that is 3 7/16 inches in length. The handle is 6 1/4 because of that big old ringtail. Clip is tip up ambidextrous. Lockup is dead rock solid. Nice free blade. This one appears to be favoring the top side as you're looking at it ever so slightly in the blade centering. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. This model currently available for $120 web retail. We ran ours last week at $90, got no takers, dropped it to $80 for the weekend. This week, $70. No need to sharpen that serrated edge. This is the Cold Steel Tiger Claw, serrated. Next up, we have our last leftover from last week, and frankly, this one almost makes me cry. One of the most iconic fixed blades in the history of cold steel. Comes in a big old box because it's a big old knife. It is the Laredo Bowie, I guess in its most current incarnation, which means, I will tell you in a moment. First, let's look at the sheath before I take the knife out. Lots of attachment points. It does have a Chicago screw attached nylon dangle that you can use in a variety of different ways. There is a cross strap with a snap, zero rattle, nice firm retention and thumb brake, and here's the blade. So when I said the most current incarnation, still made in Taiwan, but in, let's see, 4034 stainless steel. I'm not sure if that's showing up way down there. A full flat ground from what looks like 1/4 inch stock. A gorgeous clip point Bowie with a swedge. You've got a stainless steel cross guard and a black, they say, linen micarta handle. And then at the end you have your hafted nut and stick tang. Just a beautiful coffin handle Bowie. Beautiful knife. Condition is near mint to like new in box. This model currently available new from your favorite web retailer for $260. This one we ran last week at $185, shipped, got no takers, dropped it to $170 for the weekend. It's still here. This week, man, somebody scores. $155 for the Laredo Bowie. $195 if you would like my edge on that 10 7/16 blade. Wow. Let's see here. There's my snap. Next up, we finally have arrived at the fresh stuff for this week. Let's see. This is pretty cool. We have more cold steel fixed blade awesomeness. The first one is the Recon Scout. The Recon Scout. Comes in the Secure X sheath, standard cold steel fare, molded product with a removable nylon dangle and a cross strap. Let's see. No rattle. Nice thumb brake. Now this knife is sort of a level up in finish and material from the Laredo we just looked at. This is kind of a stubby Trailmaster, right? Gorgeous clip point blade, 5/16 inch blade stock, but full flat ground to a pretty thin edge. It's in CPM 3V. The cross guard is polished stainless steel on this one, and there's a Cray X handle. The dimensions: 7.5 inches of blade, 5 1/8 inches of handle. I love the brass lanyard tube. The Cray X is Cold Steel's version of Craton, and it's a little tacky, it's a little grippy, it's just beautiful. Condition on this will be near mint to like new in box. The web retail for this knife kind of varies wildly. I found them as low as $223 and as high as $276 online. This one, in near mint to like new in box condition, we're going to offer at $180 shipped priority mail, and $215 if you'd like to come with my edge on it. That is the Recon Scout in 3V from Cold Steel. Next up, I have two, count them, two identical Warcraft Tantos. we were selling them individually. I'm just showing you that there are two, and they're twins. They're both like new, but I'm only going to show you one because they're identical. It's not going to matter if you get number 1 or number 2. Okay. Again, a cold steel SecureX sheath, molded polymer with multiple attachment points and a removable nylon dangle with cross strap. Let's see. Oh, I hear a little bit of rattle on this one. Where's that coming from? Just side-to-side rattle, I think, because the knife is super secure. Okay. A little change of pace on this one from cold steel. I'll show you what I mean. Look at that. Not micarta, not GrivX, not CrayX, but black 3D machined G10 removable scales on this one. And that gorgeous, let's face it, if there's one thing we're going to give Lynn Thompson credit for in the history of knives, it's going to be the American Tanto. And there you go. It's a beautiful example. Beautiful satin finish going 3 different directions. The blade steel, I think you can see the demarcation line is Sanmai. And I think it's Sanmai 3, I think. Gorgeous, beautifully made blade. Coarse run of jimping. Blade length is 7 inches. The handle is 5. Does it work well in the hand? Well, you darn bet it does. Like new in the box, and there are 2. Let's see. Web retail for this knife, I think it's a buy even if you buy a brand new one. With the Sanmai steel and the G10 handle, they're only between $200 and $213 online. I think I actually found this knife at Amazon. Let's do shipped priority mail, no sales tax, no shipping will be tacked onto this price. $160 like it is. $200 if you would like me to sharpen that beautiful Tanto blade. That is the Warcraft Tanto in Sanmai, and they'll be listed 2 separate listings in the inventory list. It'll be number 1 and number 2, but it doesn't matter which one you get. Next up, I saved the biggest, baddest cold steel fixed blade for last, and it is quite a piece of work. There you go. It is a Trailmaster in 3V, which that is the ultimate steel for a Trailmaster, in my opinion. Easy enough to sharpen, but holds an edge very well, and it's superbly tough. You got the same SecureX sheath that you'll see on most cold steel fixed blades. Molded polymer, multiple attachment points, removable nylon dangle and belt loop, snap cross strap, no rattle on that big huge knife. That is like the most stunning clip point blade ever put on a woods knife. The blade length is 9.5 inches long. The handle's 5 1/8. Polished stainless steel crossguard. CrayX handle with brass lanyard tube. So good in the hand. Such a chopper. 5/16 inch blade stock. Full flat grind. Just a beautiful knife. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. Currently available new for web retail, ranging between $259 and $289. Oh, your price on this one, all in, shipped priority mail, $200, $240 if you would like my edge on it. Such a great and iconic classic from Cold Steel. All right, next up, we have a fixed blade from Maniago, from the Viper Technocut line. It is the VT4020 FC Fearless from Viper. What does all that mean? Well, let's see. You get what appears to be a very nicely formed Kydex sheath, pancake variety, with a tech lock, 0 rattle. Nice thumb break. This almost has a little Terzola vibe to it. But I don't know who designed it. T. Rumichi is bladed in Sleipner steel. Looks like a PVD black coating. Very interesting. The full tang blade has a self-guard, and then the carbon fiber scales kind of wrap that, which is very interesting. Nice 3D machine carbon fiber. Nice impact device / lanyard attachment point. Nice finger groove. Just a beautiful handle. I mean, beautiful. Let's see. Blade is 6 inches in length, and it is a spear point, double hollow ground with a false top edge. That's a long way from being sharpened, just in case you're getting any ideas about that. It's considerably thicker than behind the edge at the bottom. So the handle length is also 6 inches. Just a beautifully made blade, I got to say. In a nice sheath. Did I tell you that? Yeah, this blade's 6 inches and the handle's 6 inches. Let's see. Make sure I don't get this in wrong. There we go. There we go. So, KnifeWorks actually has these in stock for $290. Why do they still have them in stock at $290? Because Blade HQ ran a clearance sale on them at $199 and they sold out. But yeah, if you want to buy a new one, that's the only place I could find them. This one I will call near mint to like new in box condition. I think that might be like almost twice as much as it's worth. So let's do $150 on this one. Shipped priority mail, $185 if you'd like it with my edge on it. That's the Fearless from Viper. Next up. Well, we've been to Italy once just now. Let's go back for a knife from Night Elements. And that model number means virtually nothing. It is the Night Elements V2 Ultra Kukri Flipper. And I think this is made by, yeah, look there, Fox Knives, Maniago, Italy. So we've got a pretty, you know, I'm generally not a huge fan of folding Kukris because, well, the Kukri is a large fixed blade to be used for shearing limbs from trees and people. You're not going to do that with this little knife, but it's a big folder, and it looks cool. And you could actually cut stuff with it. So I'm going to give it a pass. It is bladed in N690 CO. The blade length is 4 1/16. The handle length is 5 3/8. It's more blade to handle size efficient than you would think by looking at it. Actually, let's go over to the business side here. It is a black, either DLC coated or hard anodized titanium, and it is a titanium frame lock with a steel inserted lock face. Pocket clip is a shorty. It'll be tip up right hand only. Blade rides on ball bearings, and it's a flipper, and it's a good one. Plenty of detent, but not stupid firm. You can actually open the knife with your fingers on the lock bar. Lock engagement, it looks like it's about 35 or 40%. Locks up dead rock solid, and it's perfectly centered. The show side scale, of course, is natural canvas micarta that doesn't have like any hand oils in it at all yet. I guess I called the centering very close in my copy. I don't know, what do you think? Is it perfect or is it very close? I don't know, one of them. Near mint to like new in box condition. These are out of stock when they were available. They had a web retail price range between $236 and $295. We shall offer this one to you at $175 all in, shipped priority mail. $205 if you'd like me to sharpen that recurve blade. That's the Night Elements V2 Ultra Kukri Flipper. Next up, time for some more cold steel badassery. we got a black Talon too. This is interesting because I have 2 tiger claws and 2 black Talons in tonight's sale, and I had a commenter in my heads up video yesterday that asked if I had any high quality karambits. I'm not sure what that means, but I would say cold steel knives are pretty high quality, although not super expensive. This one, not exactly a karambit, but close. Handled in the thinnish, less aggressively textured black G10, pocket clip, ambidextrous tip up, single clip. Lock mechanism is the triad lock. Opens with the thumb plate / wave opener. Yeah. You think that knife will cut? You think it would open up a thoracic cavity? I think it would. Bladed in CTS XHP. This is the plain edge black Talon, by the way. 4 1/8 inches of blade length, 5 5/8 inches of handle. So if you don't like the ringtail on the tiger claw, the black Talon might be your defensive knife option. Love that it's in XHP steel. Lockup is rock solid. Blade nice and free. And nicely centered. I'll call it close. Condition near mint to like new in box. This model is out of stock everywhere. When it was available, you could buy one online for about $110. We will offer this one to you at $75 like it is. $115. Yeah, I'm really going to charge $40 to sharpen, and that's why. I hope you can understand. So $75 like it is, $115 sharpened on the black Talon 2 plain edge from Cold Steel. Next up, you're not seeing double. It's another black Talon 2, but with the fully serrated edge. Also in CTS XHP steel. The handle, black, fine textured G10. Clip, ambidextrous tip up. Opening mechanism is a thumb plate / wave opener. The blade is menacing, to say the least. That is 4 1/8 inches of CTS XHP steel. Suitable for ripping and shredding the protective layers of vital organs of game animals. Don't just game animals, I'm sure. Triad lock mechanism, locks up dead rock solid. Blade decently free. Centering, I guess I could call that one perfect on this one. Close enough to my human eye anyway. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. This knife currently available on Amazon for $95 plus tax. This one, $70 all in, shipped priority mail, no need to sharpen. The black Talon 2 serrated from Cold Steel. Next up, a very interesting knife from a very interesting company who lets us down more often than not, but not this time. Columbia River Knife and Tool. The knife in the box is the model 7532 Jumbones. Jumbones, I guess because it's supposed to look like a dog bone. And it is jumbo, for sure. Very interesting knife, I think. So the handle scales are blasted natural aluminum, and then the flats are satin. Pretty cool. It appears that the backspacer and lanyard loop are that same material. Pocket clip, deep carry, right hand tip up. It is a ball bearing flipper and a stainless steel liner lock. Super cool blade. A little bit of a trailing point. Blade steel is AUS 8. The blade length is 4 13/16. The handle is 6 1/16. And it's wearing an edge by TheApostleP Knife Service. One thing about AUS 8, it takes a phenomenal edge. And this one definitely has it. It is a park design. There's the lockup on your stainless steel liner lock, exactly where you want it. It is rock solid. Must have some pretty good tension on it. Blade centering, I'm going to call very, very close. Near mint in box will be your condition. There are some fine scratches in the satin. If those really bother you, you could easily take them out because that's a dead flat surface. Anywho, you can buy this knife right now on Amazon for $127 plus tax. Your price on this one, with my edge already on it, you can't get that on Amazon. $75 shipped priority mail. The Jumbones with an Apostle-P edge from CRKT. Next up, another one from CRKT. This is kind of interesting. Just an inexpensive little knife. It's the 5311 Pilar. And this model came like that. Little glass beaded stainless steel frame lock handle. But somebody has swapped it out for some OD canvas micarta custom scale over here. So this is a Voxness design, by the way. Blade steel 8CR13 MOV, 2 3/8 inches long, 3.5 inch handle. As I said, stainless steel frame lock. I think this rides on Teflon. No, it rides on phosphor bronze, which that may be a conversion actually. That might have happened with the scale. So it takes what was a rather mundane, like, you know, presentation gift $40 knife, and it makes it into something cool. A little bit better pivot hardware, cooler scale, which absolutely reduced the weight because that stainless steel scale is a chunk. You buy one of these brand new in that configuration, like that, it'll cost you $39. This one, with some significant upgrades, shipped priority mail, near mint in box, $30 like it is, $50 if you like it with my edge. That's the Pilar plus custom scale from CRKT. Next up, got one from Civivi. This is a model that I had a hard time finding a reference for online. It's an Elementum, but it's a C907P, which is interesting. Has an S35 blade and a milled titanium right-hand tip-up pocket clip. Almost every reference I could find for this knife, even ones that had this dark green canvas micarta, had steel deep carry clips. So this is kind of a special one, I think. Got to turn my page. Oh, shoot. I forgot a piece of tape. So I'm struggling here, boys. I'm struggling. How did you do that? I don't know. Okay. Sorry for the delay. You got a blade. Nice little spear point, hollow ground, blasted and stonewashed. An S35, blade length 2 15/16. Handle length is 4 inches. It is a stainless steel frame lock. And the liners are slightly revealed and crowned from the micarta. There's the lock engagement on your liner lock. It is dead rock solid. Ball bearings are free and smooth. Blade centering is perfect. Action is luscious. Condition will be near mint to like new in the box. These are out of stock. I think when they were available, they were around $81, $85. But I couldn't find one with that milled titanium clip, so I don't know. This one's got to be worth $50. That's your price. $75 if you like it with my edge on it, and next day sharpening is available. That's the C907P Elementum from Civivi. Next up, it's Kizer time. I'm not sure about that model number. I don't think it's right, actually, because I think that's more of a SKU than a model number. Anyway, it's the Kizer Begleiter 2 in a very interesting configuration. Scaled in, I think that's black linen. It's definitely linen. I would lick it, but I'm not going to on camera because that would be gross. You can tell if you lick micarta what color it is. So, let's see. Nice little sort of bronze anodized pivot collar. Blackened stainless steel liners, and it's a stainless steel liner lock knife. Pocket clip, deep carry, tip up, ambidextrous. Opens on thumb studs, rides on ball bearings. N690 is your blade steel. Let's see, nice drop point blade, black coated. 3 3/8 inches in length. The handle 4 3/8. Lockup is rock solid. Fairly early engagement, if you can even see that. Ooh, very free blade, which is perfectly centered. Condition will be near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were new, you could buy one for about $70, but they're gone. Let's do 50 on this one. 75 if you'd like it with my edge. That's the Begleiter 2 from Kizer. Next up, I have a knife and a brand I don't think I've ever featured on the channel before. Not really wild about the brand marketing. Yeah, Damned Designs, and it appears to have some kind of a Baphomet goat-looking logo. I don't know. Anyhow, a made-in-China knife, I'm sure. Not a horrible knife, by the way. Chamfered black G10 scales, pocket clip, very, very deep carry tip up, ambidextrous with fill tab. It's a ball bearing flipper. I guess you could use the hole. Yeah, you could use the hole. The blade is a very interesting Tanto profile. Got a little oil seeping out. Blade steel is 14C28N from Sandvik. 3 1/8 blade, 4 13/16 handle. So blade to handle ratio, not super efficient. Pretty comfortable in the hand. Decent thumb ramp, fine but grabby jimping. Stainless steel liner lock, early but securely. Rock solid. Very smooth bearing pivot. Very nice blade centering. Condition, we will say, is near mint in box. These are out of stock. New when they were available. They had a web retail of $81. Let's do 45 on this one. 75 if you'd like it with my edge. That is the Damned Designs Banshee. Next up, we have an auto knife from Kershaw, made in the USA. It is the 7800 OLBK Launch 6. That's an ambitious design for a Kershaw, wouldn't you say? OD green, hard anodized aluminum scales, ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip, side-folding button-lock automatic, DLC-coated blade, and CPM 154. Got a little bit of honest wear in that coating, a little bit up here near the tip. A little bit of honest wear on the handle adjacent to the pocket clip. Very light, but it's there. A little clip wear. So let's see, 3 11/16 inches of long, sticky CPM 154. 4 15/16 inches is your handle length. Lockup is rock solid. Always locks out. Blade centering is about perfect. So we'll say the condition on this one is excellent to near mint in box, coating scuffs noted. Currently available for a web retail MAP price, minimum advertised price of $155. Let's do this one at $90 like it is, $115 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Launch 6 from Kershaw. Next, another Kershaw, made in the USA, automatic knife. The 7550 Launch 11. Frankly, one of my favorite launches because it's actually a usable EDC blade. Black hard anodized aluminum handle, little bronze anodized pivot collar, ambidextrous tip up pocket clip, showing a little bit of wear, as is the handle right underneath it. Button lock auto. That's almost a modified reverse Tanto blade, almost. In a black wash finish, blade steel CPM 154. And let's see, blade length is 2 13/16. Handle is 3 15/16. Lockup is as solid as a launch, which is to say perfect. Centering as well. Nice action. Quick. Condition, I will say, is near mint in box. Slight clip and handle scuffs noted. Currently available for a web retail price or Kershaw map of $150. You can buy this one all in, shipped priority mail, $90, $115 with my edge. That is the Launch 11 from Kershaw. Well, that, my friends, will bring us to the Rob's Pick in tonight's sale. The Rob's Pick. Manix 2s are hot, and this sprint run might be the hottest one of all. It's just a C101 GPB N15 V2. Yeah. You got brown G10, or flat dark earth, as some of us like to call it. Black cage for the caged ball lock. The rest of the hardware is bright, including the clip, which is ambidextrous tip up. The blade is stonewashed rather than satin, which is kind of a giveaway. Spyderco likes to do that on some steels that are very, very hard to satin finish. This be one. In CPM 15V. Blade length 3 3/8, handle 4 5/8. Rock solid lockup. Free swinging blade. Beautifully scented. Yep, that's the one you want. It is like new in the box. They're discontinued, not a stock. Okay, you ready? Sold listings on eBay range between $395 and $430, and there were several. Your price on this, perfect example, like new in box, $350. Less expensive than any that have sold on eBay. $380 if you like it with my edge. I've not sharpened 15. Yeah, I have. I've done one of them. Not that bad. $350 like it is. $380 sharpened. Next day sharpening available on the Manix 2 brown and stonewashed 15V. That's the Rob's Pick tonight. Next up, it's rarefied air time from Spyderco. Yes, it is. It is. Oh! It's a fixed blade from Spyderco. It is the Gale Bradley Bowie. But there's more. This is a collector club knife, serial number 001. From April of 2015. I remember when this model came out. I never bought one. I shoulda. It's going to come with a pancake style Kydex sheath with a G-clip. Never been out of the wrapper. And it'll come with a knife. There it is, boys. Gale Bradley, Weatherford, Texas. A beautiful swedged clip in PSF 27 steel. And it is engraved. Or, yeah, it is engraved. 001. Maybe it's just etched. It's very deep. Beautifully flat ground. Almost full height. The handle is 3D machined black G10 with beautifully hafted aluminum tubes, riveted tubes. So good in the hand. I mean, so good in the hand. Blade length is 5 1/8. The handle is 4 13/16. And it just wants you to creep up. I love how Gail Bradley does finger choils, forward finger choils that don't look like forward finger choils. So beautiful. Beautiful design by a master. And a very rare, unique, you can say. Unique because it's serial number 001. So yeah, these are long gone in the new market. Sold listings on eBay for production versions of this knife, not Collector Club 001 knives. Range between from just under 200 up to 278. This one is the most desirable Bradley Bowie ever. Your price $295 like it is, $325 with my edge. You probably don't want to sharpen this. That is the Bradley Bowie Collector Club 001 from Spyderco. Let's see, where am I going next? That's where I'm going next. Uh-oh, it's our last fixed blade in the sale. It's from Tops, and it comes with something you rarely see with a Tops knife. Take a look at that piece of leather work, would you? I don't know that the camera's going to do this justice. Certainly set up for horizontal carry, right? This is the Tops Fieldcraft by Brothers of Bushcraft. Bladed in 154 cm with kind of a gray finish. Looks like they just stonewashed the heat treat scale, which is absolutely fine. And then kind of a low saber grind. Not terribly horrible behind the edge. Actually kind of nice. Blade length is 4 9/16. The handle is 5 1/4. Scaled in natural canvas micarta. Interesting. I don't know if that lanyard tube is riveted at all, but it looks like the scale should be removable. You got a bow drill divot in both sides and some nice thumb divots for bushcraft. Full tang, obviously. Not sure what that's for. Is that for fire steel? I bet it is. I should have done my research. And some orange-ish liners. Did I tell you the dimensions? 4 9/16, 5 1/4? Yeah. We'll call it near mint, no box. Currently available brand new for a web retail price of $245, and that probably does not come with this sheath because I think this is a custom job. But so well done. I mean, so well done. Your price, $150 near mint, no box. $180 if you'd like it with my edge. The Fieldcraft by Bob from Tops. Next up, this is an interesting one. We're going to list this one for you as the Hinderer Hardware Grab Bag, which will ship in this here pouch. Let's see what we got. We have a whole complement of stuff. Let's see. That's an interesting one. So I have some bronze anodized hardware, pocket clip, male pivot screw, Hinderer lock bar stabilizer with screw, and a fill tab, no screws. And then I've got some bronze anodized standoffs with screws. And then just as a bonus, we have some titanium standoffs for, shoot, I forgot what model. I think it's a Three Rivers Manufacturing Atom. Is that right? Yes. Kind of a flame anodized titanium. So yeah, all of that for $50, shipped priority mail. So if you wanted to put some, if you have, what do they call it, the working finish Hinderer, and you want to put some cool bronze accents on it, or if you have an Atom and a Hinderer, there you go. Next up, this is an interesting one. We have a Hinderer knife. There we go. So it's an XM18 3-inch spear point, non-flipper and working finish, originally scaled in blue G10, but this has had a pretty heavy-duty swap. It's wearing a working finish hinder titanium scale that totally matches the rest of the knife. And then you have some blue anodized titanium hardware, every bit of it, fill tab, clip, lock bar stabilizer, standoffs, pivot, everything. Everything except the original female side of the pivot. There's your blade, also in working finish in 20 CV. Blade length is 3 inches, the handle 4 1/16. Now, this knife is currently wearing the bearings. It's a tri-way pivot knife, and frankly, they're not that bearing-y, and I cannot get the blade centered. So I've got the pivot adjusted pretty tight. I'm still seeing a tiny bit of side play, and my blade is off-center. When this knife came to me from the consignor, it had Teflon washers in it, and just so you know, there are 2 sets of Teflon with backing washers and the bearings. There are no phosphor bronze washers in this package. And then in this bag, you get the original blue scale and all the original hardware. So if you can work out the centering and pivot issues, I like how they do the tri-way on the non-flipper. Little tiny etch right there. It could be a pretty cool little knife. So because of the pivot issues, we're going to offer this at a sick low price. Think about everything you're getting here, guys. Your price, $295 like it is, $325 with my edge. And I've kind of done all I can do inside. So there you go. The Hinder XM18 3-inch spear point non-flipper. Next up, let's see, what kind of a knife do you think would come in a bag like that? You know what it is. It's a Strider. It's an all-titanium PT. How about that? So stonewashed titanium scale and frame and clip. And I guess they call this a drop point. I would call it a spear point. Look at that sexy little thing, ground so thin. CPM 154 is your blade steel. Blade length 2 13/16, handle length 3 13/16. There is your blade centering. It is your lock engagement, and it is beautiful at about 50%. Rock solid, such a great little knife. Ergonomically, I think the PT is the best Strider ever. I mean, it's just beautiful. Yeah. Nice free blade, riding on phosphor bronze. Nicely centered blade. Condition, we'll call near mint in box. They are out of stock. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $459 and $482 for knives like trimmed out like this. They go up from there, by the way. Let's offer this one at $400 even, $425 with my edge. The Strider PT in all stonewashed titanium. Next, we have one from Spartan Blades in the design eye of one Bill Harsey. It's the Spartan Harsey 3.25 stonewashed. I kind of like this knife better than the big one, frankly. All titanium handle, titanium frame lock knife, no steel insert, properly carburized. Titanium ambidextrous tip-up clip with fill tab. I love the engraving on this knife. Spartan Blades, USA. Opens with thumb studs. Rides on phosphor bronze as God intended it. Blade steel on this one, S45VN. Blade length is 3 13/16. The handle's 4 13/16. There is your lock engagement. It is dead rock solid. And a beautifully centered blade. Condition will be near mint in box. Available new currently for $4.15 web retail. We shall offer this one at $2.95 like it is. $3.25 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Spartan Harsey 3.25. Next up, a very interesting little knife from Spyderco. It is not a native 5. It is a Techno, and I believe it to be a first generation Techno, and I think the telltale point is this cut in the front of the handle. Anyway, it has been bronze anodized, and it looks pretty doggone good. The G10 backspacer in Burple, pocket clip, ambidextrous deep carry wire, tip up, opens with a hole, rides on phosphor bronze. The blade has been truncated into a reverse Tanto. It is bladed in CTS XHP steel, which is what you guys are going to want. So the blade has now been shortened significantly. It's 2 1/16 inches long. The handle's 4 7/16. Is that right? Or is it 3 7/16? I don't know. Must be 3 7. I don't know. It's a Techno. But the blade, short. Action's okay. Lockup is rock solid. Centering looks pretty good. And by the way, an acid wash finish on that blade. I might have sharpened this. I can't remember. It's okay sharp. Been used a little bit. We'll call it very good. Wrong box. So this will be the cheapest Techno you can find, guys. $150 like it is. $175 with my edge. The Spyderco Techno modded. Next up, I got one from Emerson. It's a long reach over there. It is a Mini A100 BT. Original scales are not on the knife because this is wearing a set of custom OD green canvas micarta scales. Got your newer style deeply stamped Emerson clip in a black oxide finish. Knife opens with a thumb disc, and it has been converted to a V grind. Blade steel is 154 cm. Blade length 3 1/16. The handle is 4 1/16. Titanium liner lock, and both liners are titanium on this knife. Locks up beautifully and solidly. Centers very nicely. Yeah, that dog will hunt. Condition on this one is, we'll call it excellent to near mint. Out of stock at $183 web retail. You can buy this one for $140 like it is. $165 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. The Mini A100 BT plus custom scales from Emerson. Next up. I don't suppose anybody's going to want this whole thing. I got a coin in a bag. I think it says Northwoods Knives. I have a Northwoods Main Street leather pocket slip that looks like it's hardly, if ever, been in the pocket. Inside we have a knife. Yes, we do. This is the Northwoods Heritage Jack built on the Great Eastern Cutlery number 86 frame. And this is called FMW burlap micarta for your covers. Got your arrowhead shield. It looks like the arrowhead might be in nickel silver. The liners and the bolsters appear to be steel. Closed length is 3 7/8. It's bladed in 1095 steel. Deeply stamped with the Northwoods maker's mark and a long pull heat treat scale intact. Pull 7.5. Stunning walk and talk. Perfectly centered blade. We will call this near mint. No big baggie. Just a coin baggie. Of course, they're out of stock. Sold listings for burlap covered heritage jacks between $456 and $508 on eBay. Sold listings. Your price for this one's going to be $375 like it is, $395 with an Apostle P edge. The Northwoods Heritage Jack in FMW burlap. Next up, got one from our friends in Titusville, PA. Great Eastern Cutlery, the Northfield Unexcelled line. I got a model 470124 Viper in purple, sage, horsecut, India, bone. And it comes with a button. Here's the knife. Horsecut would be a very coarse jigging, big, beautiful, unexcelled shield. I don't know if I'd call that purple. It's more brown than purple, but I get it. Purple sage. Triple-lined nickel-silver bolsters, brass pins and lanyard tube, brass liners, and the show. The Wharncliffe blade. Beautiful polish on this one. Long swedge and a nail nick. Closed length is 3 13/16. The pull weight rather light. I'm going to call it a 6. But beautiful walk and talk. Perfect blade centering. Near mint to like new in tube with button. Only one sold listing on eBay for this exact model. It did $306 shipped. We shall offer this one at $250 like it is, $270 with an Apostle P edge. The GEC Northfield number 47 Viper. Next up, we have one from way on the other side of the globe. It will ship in this padded nylon pouch, and it is from K-Roo Customs. I think we should read the attached documentation. See if I can do it without ripping it. Okay. The model is the K-Roo Stout Wharncliffe with the sleeve board handle. Built October of 23, bladed in RWL 34. The back spring also RWL 34. File worked, 1/8 inch stock, 304 stainless for the other hardware on the knife. Jigged and dyed bone, hollow ground with an arrowhead shield. Interesting. 3 3/4 inches of closed length. Is that what I measured? I measured it 3 11/16. But anyway, who's counting, really? It comes in a K-Roo embossed leather slip. And here's the knife. That bone is sexy, I gotta say. It's jigged and then polished. There's that file work backspace or back spring. How cool is that? Little red liners and spacers between bone and bolster. I like the polished chamfers. Pull weight, strong, 7.5. And there's your blade. Looks like a hand rubbed satin to me. Gorgeous swedge, gorgeous long pull. Thickish stock but thinly hollow ground. Nice walk and talk. Blade centering is dead. We'll call it near mint to like new in pouch. Can't find this knife in stock anywhere. I did find some similar sold listings on eBay, just very few of them. Not this exact model, but similarly made and trimmed out from K-Roo at about $600. We're going to offer this one at $300 like it is, $320 if you'd like it with my edge. That's the K-Roo Custom Stout Wharncliffe sleeve board. Super, super cool. Okay, next up. Back to the modern world. We have one of the coolest ProTech knives ever. It is the model number M2603. The model name is the Magic 2. It is a whiskers design. So yeah, there it is. Just a knife. All black. Hard anodized aluminum scales. Right hand tip up deep carry clip. And a black blade as well that looks like it's in 154 cm. I just wish I could get the daggone thing open. There's what? How about this? Oh, yes, it's got the hidden scale release. The only giveaway is the little serrations where your thumb goes. Yep, such a cool knife. Pass it around, see if your friends can open it. Yep, 3 3/4 inches of 154 cm, 4 7/8 inches of handle. Lock up, rock solid. Centering, perfect. Action, ProTech. So cool. Near mint to like new in box. Out of stock. Currently new. When they were available, they were $360 web retail. We're going to offer this one to you at $250 like it is. $275 with an Apostle P edge. The ProTech Magic 2 whiskers. Next up, we have our Lone out the front automatic, and it's made by Microtech. The model number is 184-10. It is the Glycon bayonet with the bead blasted titanium overlay, stonewash standard blade, and nickel boron internals, whatever that means. So cool. I mean, so cool. Medium firm button. The bayonet blade is in M390. It's 3 3/4 long. Handle is 5 3/16. Has a milled titanium ambidextrous pocket clip. The black is hard anodized 6061 T6 aluminum. I'm not sure why these are here. I guess you could do that. You can do that. Anyway, such a cool knife. Near mint in box and out of stock at $535 web retail. You can buy this one for $350 all in, shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen on the double-edged bayonet blade. That's the Glycon bayonet from Microtech. Next up, it's watch time. The first one is a Seiko. Reference number is SNJ039. It is an Arnie Ana-Digi in blue and green. So, it has a tuna-like construction, has a polymer case shroud. The bezel, 120 click unidirectional with a blue and green insert. Dimensions, 47 diameter, 50 lug to lug, 14 thick, 22 millimeter lug width. Analog and digital display. I love the pop of green in the minute hand. Condition is going to be near mint to like new in box with papers. Currently available new for a web retail of about $420. You can buy this one $275 all in, shipped priority mail. The SNJ039 Arnie Ana-Digi from Seiko. Next up, another watch from Pagani Design. This one is we'll call it an homage, but it is a shameless ripoff of an Omega Seamaster Professional. So, you know, the case isn't badly done. The bracelet, not badly done. It's got an open case back, which will reveal a Seiko NH35 movement. I do have a ceramic bezel insert. Bezel action, not bad, although it does not center. But when I tell you how much it is, you're not going to care. Date at 6, by the way. 200 meters of water resistance, near mint in box. Guess how much? $50, shipped priority mail. $50. That's not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Don't let that one sit. And that brings us to the last item in tonight's sale, and it's a watch, and I teased you about this heavily yesterday because I think it's so doggone cool. Everybody wants an orange monster. You can't buy one. You can buy this, though. It's the Islander ISL 94 orange freaking monster. look at the case and the bracelet, and I defy you to tell me it's not as well made as a monster. So here you go. It's actually better than the orange monsters, because I think, I mean, those might have had 4R36s in them, but this has the NH36 hacking, hand-winding, day-date movement from Seiko. Orange dial, 120 click, unidirectional bezel. Let's see if we can get to line up. Well, it's awful doggone close. And you get one feature on the Islander that's better than the Seiko. You get a milled internal clasp. How about that? Dimensions on the Islander Monster: 42 diameter, 47 lug to lug, 13 thick, 20 millimeter lug width, 200 meters of water resistance. Looks like there's been one link removed from the bracelet. It is in the box. These are currently available new from Mark at Island Watch. Cost you $299 to buy a new one. This one in very near mint condition. Let's do $175 all in, shipped priority mail, with a double domed sapphire crystal, by the way. That is the Islander ISL 94 200 meter automatic dive watch, or Orange Monster Homage. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale with some watches on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. He is risen. He is risen indeed. Now go get some knives. I'll talk to you soon.